We've had a few months now to play with the Xbox One and its next generation Kinect 2.0 sensor. Well, today we're looking at one of the premier new games for Kinect. This is Kinect Sports Rivals. It is the Xbox One's answer to, I guess, Wii Sports, and I guess a way of trying to convince us that Kinect can actually be useful and fun in video games.
Well, it's nice to use Kinect for something other than automatically logging in and saying,
Literally
Xbox, record that.
All I ever do with it. Literally all I ever do with it.
Pretty much. It's been a glorified webcam, but now we've got other things we could do. We can wake race, we could target shoot, we could play soccer almost. I gotta say, I'm really impressed with how this new Kinect works as far as comparing it to the old Kinect.
I see what they're doing here. This is really the game that's kind of meant to sell the Kinect. I mean, as Kinect is part of the Xbox One, you're paying an extra $100 for it compared to the PS4, so they've got to find some way to justify that price. And I appreciate that they put together a fairly decent little sports minigame collection made by Rare, of course. So Kinect Sports Rivals encompasses 6 different events. There's wake racing, there's rock climbing, there's tennis, there's bowling, there's target shooting, and soccer. When you have 6 events like this, there's going to be ones that you prefer to other ones. There's going to be ones that are better done. I really dug the wake racing. That's one of those games that really shows how the Kinect sensor works. If you hold your arms out and you guide your little jet ski around.
I liked wake racing. I also liked bowling. And then there were others that I felt were just really weak, like the target shooting. That is weak. Like you're just pointing your finger and you're moving to what target you have to shoot. Rock climbing I found to be oddly enough compelling, which I didn't think I would be into it. I mean, like, this looks stupid. Like, what am I doing? And then when I got into it, I'm like, whoa,
you're picking on your holds, and the other guy's coming up behind you.
Yeah, and you're like grabbing dudes and pulling them up.
Like, that's just the thing about Kinect. Like, Kinect works best with big, broad motions, but with experiences that feel natural. Like, this is how you rock climb.
Yeah.
But it's a really mixed bag. I hated the tennis. Wii tennis 9 years ago, or whatever it was great. This is a pale imitation of tennis. I didn't find that the racket was accurate. I didn't find I was really controlling where my shots were going. The soccer is a little unusual. It's more like a foosball.
Yeah,
you're kind of passing to stationary characters, and you're like setting up a big shot on the goal, and it switches around, and you're playing net.
I'm accidentally kicking my dogs in the meantime. Like, what are you doing?
What? I never thought about that. That'd be terrible.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. The sensor is a lot better than the last Kinect, but I can't believe that still with Kinect 2.0, this is so hard. I'm like trying to push buttons on the screen. I eventually picked up my controller to select stuff on the screen because this was too cumbersome and the voice recognition wasn't working right. I mean, this is Kinect 2.0. This stuff should be ironed out. It should be perfect. It should be flawless. It should be like virtual reality stuff, and it's just still not there.
Yeah, sadly it isn't.
I gotta say, the rivals aspect of this is pretty cool. Like when you're playing against other people online or using their AI avatars to play against, I would get a challenge from my friends to something like wake racing. Then you're playing against either them in person online or kind of like an AI version of them. And that all of a sudden just ratchets up the stakes. I'm like, I gotta beat him, I gotta beat him, I gotta beat him.
Yeah, and that's where a lot of the enjoyment is gonna come from.
It's not the game that's going to sell everybody on Kinect, but it's a decent early game for Kinect 2.0. All right, our trip to the island resort is over. Sean, what are you going to give Kinect Sports Rivals?
It was nice to visit that island. I got a nice 10. It's getting a 7.5.
I didn't get quite as good a 10, but it's getting a 7.5 from me as well.